Hello everyone, this is Megan Corliss. Today I wanted to share with you a hybrid unit that I created using the Schoology platform. Schoology is a learning management system that is frequently used in K-12 settings, and this is a unit designed for an early elementary school classroom. So my unit is about peace education, and I wanted to create different folders to help organize my materials. So the unit begins using the text same, but different. And if you click on the drop down, you can see one by one all of the materials that are incorporated into this unit. So the first day would be using Getting to Know You Bingo. And if you click on the link, the document will show up. So here students would be playing bingo with the purpose of finding similarities and differences among themselves, so they can get to know their fellow students in the classroom and to make some connections as well before we get into the more difficult aspects of the unit. So I'm going to go back to materials. The next attachment that I have is a audiobook of the text. So once you click on it, you'll be redirected to YouTube. And this is an audio recording that I created. As you can see, I'm down here as well. And you can either have students listen to this at home, or you could share it with them in your classroom as a different way to be listening to a text, to hear both the audio and watch the visual at the same time. I'll play a small sample. So as you can see, the pages appear along with the text. I'm going to go back to the site. I also included examples of different follow-up activities. Whoops. Okay. So I included the Lexile reading level of the book and a short plot summary, as well as I aligned it to the standards, Common Core standards, and the New Jersey Social Studies standards. I included different ideas for follow-up activities that you could do in the classroom with your students. Next thing I have listed here is the same but different discussion. So students would be responding to this prompt, and also they would be required to comment on each other's posts. So this is a really nice way to have your students interacting in a digital space so that they can have some practice responding to discussions and also commenting on their peers' posts, whether or not they're physically in the same location. So for this post, I wanted them to talk about something that they learned from writing back and forth to their pen pal. The next thing I have here is a quiz about the text to both focus on comprehension and to analyze some similarities and differences. Some of these are true-false, others are multiple choice, and others are short answer, so I included a combination of different options. I also included a discussion on diversity. I wanted to include a lot of discussions because I think it's very important for all students to be learning how to share not only in a physical classroom, but to also learn how to have a conversation in a digital environment as well. So after that, I included a couple of assignments here, the first of which is the pen pal notes. I asked students to upload their notes to the pen pal here so that they can be assessed on them. so that everything is in the same location so nothing can get lost. And here I ask students to create a presentation. This would be expected to be a digital presentation about why it is important to value differences and what we can learn from each other as well. So this is the first section. So in each folder you'll find similar materials. You'll find a read aloud of each text, which is via YouTube. Here I included a template along with some instructions for how to run the activity, and I included any additional materials that would be needed within the instructions as well. So in this activity, students are creating a self-portrait. Okay. Then I have another read aloud. And this one also has a brief explanation prior to the read aloud, the importance, and this is again something that you could either have your students be accessing from home or you could share it in the classroom. But students have access to these materials as well. Here I included a lesson plan for what would ideally be an in-class activity, but you could also create a video version to share with your students. So this is an experiment where students would be making predictions, so it's integrating science as well into the literacy unit. Also incorporating a discussion and then attached the accompanying handout, which isn't loading now. Okay. Check back on that. Next is another discussion board where students would be expected to post on something that they learned about this experiment. So students would not only be posting their own thoughts, but they can also be commenting, either adding an idea to their peers or posting their own original comment. Okay. Under the rainbow fish materials, I included a lesson plan. I also included a quiz, which you could have your students take this quiz at home, or they could take it in the classroom as well. And I also included a variety of different question types, such as true, false, short answer, and multiple choice, to benefit different types of students. Then included the activity instructions and a template for completing this activity. Including any materials that would be needed. Then I have another discussion board where students would be sharing their ideas, and a place where students can upload their assignment, which is the finished product. So the last folder is organized in the same way: a lesson plan, a read aloud, and a discussion for this text. In the gradebook, you can see how the grading categories are broken down. Under grade setup, I weighted different categories with different weights. There's also space for badges, so students who are using different roles can be rewarded. So a positive behavior management system is also built in. Can also monitor attendance for my students. You can see when they were present. You can mark students present, or you can see when they logged in. It's also a built-in analytics feature. And if you'd like to join my course to gain access to any of the materials, you can use this access code right over here. So that's essentially an overview of my hybrid unit. I could see using it in a K-2 setting, depending on the level of your students, the reading levels of your students, and what your expectations are of them in the classroom. So I hope you enjoyed watching my presentation of my hybrid unit, and let me know if you have any questions or would like to learn more.